Hi, my name is Kim Clavette, and I'm a certified integrative health coach. I help people who have stress-related health concerns using brain-based techniques that work immediately to reduce your symptoms of stress. I've also been a childcare provider for over 21 years and have experienced all forms of stress and all levels of stress. I'm aware of the stresses that you currently face on a day-to-day basis. And I'm here to help you take care of you so that you can better take care of others in the best way possible. Please watch the following information to help you get started.
Hi, my name is Karen Sabrin. I am the originator of the brain sweep systems that are renowned for eliminating the symptoms of PTSD and other forms of trauma and hyperanxiety, and to do so without the use of medication. As a professional, I have been doing this work for my clients for around the globe for over 35 years. Today, I'm using the brain sweep system to help you to permanently close the door to suicide. Every human being needs to do this process, even if you do not believe that you do. The reason is simple. Every human being has learned to learn from experience. If you have ever heard or read of anyone dying from suicide, then your mind has learned that humans can get desperate enough to kill themselves. If you've ever seen an animal lose someone that the animal loves more than anything, to the point that the animal simply quits eating and quits drinking water and then quits sleeping until the animal finally dies, then you have definitely learned that love can lead to severe loss. The pain of that loss can end the will to live. If you watch the news on TV, then you have seen stories of people in so much emotional pain that they have killed their own family and then committed suicide. You need to understand that the minute your mind heard these stories, your mind immediately made suicide an option that can be chosen. Not even your religion can protect you if you are feeling dark enough to drown out the idea that you are loved by your God. Sadly, the silence surrounding suicide only adds on to the likelihood that a human will not reach out to others before it is too late. And saddest of all, for so many families and so many friends. It is a huge misperception and a total fallacy that only mentally ill people choose to commit suicide. There are good people who want to die. There are also good people who simply do not want to live with the pain of living anymore. Any human being can lose the will to keep trying to survive the pain of living. Please listen to this fact. When a human is suffering, the chemicals produced in the body can literally overwhelm the mind's capacity to make the right choice. That is precisely why every human being needs to choose to care enough for you and for your loved ones to take the precaution of closing the door to suicide. If you are suffering right now or feeling numb or already enraged enough to be seeing this video because you are already wanting to use suicide to end your pain, then I'm asking you to please listen. I'm asking you, please try to stay alive long enough to finish this video. Understand this. You have a right as a human being to have this chance to get you free of the chemistry that has led you to feeling desperate enough to simply want to be done with trying. You deserve this opportunity. You deserve the opportunity to know how you will feel after you try to do the brain sweep technique. Know this, the brain sweep technique will immediately help you to reduce the negative chemicals that are negatively affecting your thinking. Brain sweep uses neurokinesis to intensify the positive effect of working with the brain instead of the mind. Brain sweep teaches you to apply a simplistic form of neurokinesis to effectively train your brain how to direct your body to immediately respond rather than react. Responding produces the chemicals that always reduce the brain to body demand to produce the chemical change that prompt reactive states of self-isolation and other negative forms of survivalism. Simply put, what this really says, neurokinesis does for the brain what acupressure can do for the body. That is why brain sweep will enable you to eliminate the feeling of needing or wanting to harm you or punish you. Please try to understand this. This is not a criticism of you. Negative reactive states can produce serious chemical change that can lead anyone's mind to mistakenly thinking that suicide is the only answer that makes sense. Thinking that way does not mean that you are mentally ill. It does mean that you're experiencing a harmful reactive state. In a minute, you and I will do a simple brain sweep technique that will immediately reduce all of the painful thoughts and pain-filled feelings that are making you feel anxious or depressed or worse. Brain sweep uses a simple pattern of touch that prompts all of the organs in your body to respond together instead of reacting. Brain sweep will use your own touch to trigger your neurons to produce a response that will eliminate the reaction that causes anxiety states. With practice, meaning with the consistent use of the brain sweep system, your brain, can be taught by you how to use the brain sweep response technique to gain the immediate access to profound insight that permanently relieves any and all forms of the self-deception or the misperception that leads to suicide. Let's begin. Today, you will learn 3 things to do the second that you feel any form of negative stress. Step 1. Now I'm going to teach you a tool that you can choose to use whenever you feel bad, whenever you are sad and or anxious. It even helps with depression and rage. And please understand, and please listen to this proven fact. The more often that you choose to use this technique in your daily life, the more your brain learns to use the technique to produce the chemicals that instantly and naturally enable humans to feel much better much sooner. You will instantly be much more in control of your emotions and your feelings. Let's begin now, please. Now, you can sit down or you can stand up. You can even do this technique lying down, but you can't keep driving or doing anything like that. Now, just find a focal point on the wall or surface in front of you. Imagine a single dot and focus on the dot, real or imagined. And then stare at the center of the dot. Now, hold that stare and without turning your head, move your eyes only to the right. And hold. Then move your eyes back to the center. Focus again on the center of the dot and hold. Now, without turning your head, turn your eyes only to the left and hold. then back to the center. Now, simply lower your eyes if you want to relax more, and simply think of a time when you were really enjoying yourself. Now, it can be any time, anywhere, any age. Whether you were younger or when you were older, it does not matter. Just pick a time, a memory of when you were laughing, really feeling good while you were laughing. When you're having such a good time, either you yourself were alone or with others, but having a good time. Or simply imagine a time like that as if you were acting in a movie. Imagine, pretend, or remember laughing very hard from deep inside you and having so much fun getting everyone around you to laugh as well. Now feel that time in your body. Let the laughter come forward now. Just laugh as if it's happening right here, right now. Remember, you're laughing so hard that tears are streaming down your face. Think again about how you couldn't even look at your friends without laughing harder. Now, think about trying to tell someone else why you're laughing so hard. Why you're laughing so hard. But you can only laugh harder as your voice squeaks and your nose snorts from the laughter coming through every cell of your body. Good. It feels so good just to let go and truly laugh so hard. You can even let go and let more tears stream down your face as you simply let go and let yourself truly laugh out loud without holding anything back. Hear the sound in your mind. Feel the movement in your body. Feel how good it feels. You simply feel free to have a moment, your moment, where nothing else matters except for feeling this happy, this good, this complete. Please notice how this moment has changed how you're feeling. Now you can even increase the thrill of laughing to the point where no sound can manage to come out. Feel it magnified times 10 because you're laughing so hard deep inside. Feel the release. You can laugh out loud. Feel the release and the relief. And take a deep breath and continue smiling with each and every muscle in your face. And recalling how good it feels to feel free enough to actually laugh. Now you know with a certainty that you can use this process that's called the laughing technique anytime and every time that you feel depressed or down, anytime that you feel sad or enraged, anytime you're numb and empty, feeling too alone, too isolated, anytime that you do not care enough about you or other people, you now know, you know how to bring yourself back to a better place, simply using the laughter technique. The laughter technique can always work for you and your brain. If sometimes your mind is in the way and you find it hard laughing or even think about wanting to laugh, go ahead and actually pretend to laugh because the brain responds to it. And within seconds, sometimes minutes most, you'll feel the smile start and you'll feel the laughter start. That's all it takes is get it started and the chemistry that you need to feel good starts being produced. Please make a commitment to you to use this laughing technique every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, or as often as you need to. You can't do it too long or too often, especially in the beginning if you've been feeling really sad and depressed, or if you don't feel well. or you feel enraged or angry and you just can't seem to keep going, use it every few minutes. Just keep it going. You can even go on YouTube and places like that and get pictures and watch pictures that are funny and collect them, and jokes and those type of things. Anything that will make you laugh or even smile. On the really tough days, you can even use the laughing technique every single hour of every single day until you no longer feel any form of depression or sadness or rage or sorrow ever again. Make a commitment to you to do this. Commit to your commitment right here, right now, please. Say to yourself, I will smile and use the laughing technique the second I need to. I will never allow myself to start getting depressed and let it keep on getting depressed, or start feeling rage and let my rage grow. From now on, I'm stepping up and I'm going to immediately start using the laughing technique. And I can go online, I can find Brain Sweet website, I can get the help I need to laugh. Okay? Now keep that commitment to you. Keep the good feeling, because now we're going to do step number 2 together. You are ready to learn step number 2 next. I'm going to begin by reading something to you. And now I'm simply asking that you sit back and relax as much as you can in this moment, and simply close down your eyes and listen. Listen to every single word I use to help you help yourself. I'm speaking to the brain. Please allow yourself to listen and hear how you can finally, truly end all of your deepest pain. I'm asking you to imagine or dream of a safe room that you built for yourself. A room just for you where you are perfectly safe. A place that you are happy to have as your room, as a room to return to whenever you want to and whenever you need to. Please just picture yourself in your room, in your mind. Create that picture. Feel safe there, comfortable, listening, and relaxing. Please listen to each and every word from inside of your deepest parts of you. I know there are times when your life seems so hard that it feels like the only way out of the struggle is to die. Sometimes when everything goes wrong, it can feel like it is just too hard, way too hard to do another minute, and you no longer want to live. You may even feel that way in a part of you right now. That's okay. That part of you that goes to that thought, the pain-filled thought about wanting to die, about wanting to end your pain by dying, by simply quitting breathing, by not living. In your moment of sorrow and grief, disappointment or shame or exhaustion, you may begin by opening a door to the idea of dying. And you open you up to dreaming, daydreaming or night dreaming or both. Dreaming a little bit about that possibility of it being over, of it being done, finished, and gone. Sadly, when you feel this empty, you can open the door to the idea of dying. Those are the times when you can't figure out your next step. Those are the moments that feel overwhelming. Yet those are also the moments when you have absolutely nothing left to draw on. Maybe in this helpless emptiness, you may feel that opening that door to suicide all of the way will end your suffering and end the pain. For a moment, suicide could feel like a simple way out of disappointing others that depend on you and care about you. Sometimes, sadly, suicide can seem like a perfect solution. Those are the moments when you are trapped in the old ways of looking at life as if there is no other choice left to you but to die. Suicide can even seem like it is the only way that you can end your pain and your disappointment, and you do so forever. Or you may believe in reincarnation, and you may think you can just end it and start over. But you must realize right here and right now that ending your life that way is not your destiny. That's not the answer for you, or you would not be here right now, right here, listening and seeing exactly what you need to understand. You need to understand that what you need is here. And yes, what you need is here for you to use right here and right now and always will be. The help you sought is here. You know that I'm speaking the truth, don't you? I can tell that you do. I want you to know that you don't have to figure it all out right now. I just want you to also know and understand there's another way, another choice. And you can take this time now to open your mind to the freedom of another possibility. Go inside, deep inside you, and think of a time when you felt very alive, when you felt loving and joy. That moment was all there is. You didn't care in that moment about what other people thought. You were just at peace, enjoying, feeling, loving, just feeling like you're here and it's worth being here. There's a memory you have held on to just to use in this moment. I'm asking you to do it. Think of a time when you are beyond happy. Doesn't mean it happened often, and it may be a long time ago. It's just that somewhere you felt happy. And if you need to, for this very moment, for you to remind you of how being alive and loving feels, you can imagine something that you've seen on TV or in a movie or read about in a book, and you really wished you had it for you. And in this moment, I'm going to suggest to you strongly that you pretend to have it, be in it, feel it, so you know what it feels like, and make that your promise to you. The goal that you set for you is that this is going to become your reality. Like I said, if you think you have no memory of you ever feeling this way, it's not a problem. Again, I'm going to say, just imagine like it was or is on a TV show, a movie, or a memory of someone else you watched that felt so happy to be alive that you could see it all over them. And you wanted the same feeling, the same thoughts, the same way of being alive that they have. You can imagine what it feels like to be that happy. And it will instantly feel like it is how you feel right here, right now. Just imagine it. Make it happen inside your body, inside your mind. Make it happen. Use your brain to do it. Good. Now feel it in every cell of your body. Enjoy this moment. Feel how good it feels to feel this free and this real and this alive. And know now it is real. The help you needed is here. It's in you for you. This is your aha moment. This is the moment when you finally feel free of all of the pain that came from thinking that you had no control over how badly you felt just a few minutes ago. You've already changed that. You now know the truth. Your brain is your strength that is always available to you to use as your tool to help you in any given moment. Your brain just needs to learn what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And that's what we're here for. Brain Sweep can help your brain to learn what to do to save you from the pain of living. You can now allow this to be the new choice you go to whenever you're not sure of your next step. Remember that you can remember that. You don't have to figure it all out in this moment or any other moment. Instead of exhausting you, learn to help you all day, every day. Just go to this place and bring the strength forward for you to help you. The strength to choose to use your imagination, your memories to help you instead of scare you. Right now, please instantly do it again so your brain learns how quickly you can do it and how quickly it will help you. Remember laughing and start relaxing in your body now. Good. Now focus on how good it feels to laugh and feel how safe you feel to understand this is all you have to do when you're starting to feel bad or lose your idea that life is worth anything or that you're worth anything. You simply have to use your mind to figure out a memory, or you use your brain to make one up and imagine it so that in that moment you produce the chemicals that will help you. You will now be ready to listen and ready to grow. You will be ready to receive everything you need going forward with our person who is stepping up to help you to learn how to help yourself. That person's going to be here next after me, right here, right now. It is time now for you to understand, for you to know for certain. It is time to close the door. It's time to close the windows. It is time to close up and seal every tiny crack, every crevice, every peephole, everywhere in your safe room that possibly ever included the idea of condoning or accepting or allowing suicide as an answer. End it here for you, for your loved ones. End it now. Begin you by saying, never again will I ever forget what I have learned today about what I have, my power, the insight to do what is right for me, right now and always. You know that you can use the laughing technique to lift you up enough to get you to accept the help you need. You'll need to just learn to not wait, not postpone it, any of it. You just do it as soon as you're feeling bad and do it for you, from you, whenever you need it. So never again will you ever need or want to hurt you or harm you or hurt the people who love you and care about you. Even when your negative chemicals can make you doubt it, you know this is the true truth. Never again is there a legitimate reason for you to choose to harm you or hurt you, or worse, to choose to hurt the people who love you. Now, you've learned that there is a way to instantly feel better and stronger. I would like you to take a moment and see and feel each of the people who would have a really hard time surviving losing you. Think of them. See their faces in your mind. Remember them, love them, and care. I'm asking you to care enough to care about these people and know that you have made the right choice, which is to close the door to suicide forever. Never again will you allow negative chemistry to fool you into believing suicide is an answer. Even the threat today, right here, right now, feel you closing the door to suicide forever and always. For you and for everyone who cares about you. Lock it and seal it closed forever and always. Feel how good that feels to know you're finally safe, that you got help and more help is on the way. I want you to open your eyes, awaken, refreshed and relieved, and knowing that you are finally safe. And now you can accept the help you need and deserve for going forward. Step 3 is what you get to learn to use to help you forever. Get ready to meet someone who is ready to help you receive exactly what you need for you for every day going forward. And thank you for listening.
Welcome back. Now I'm going to take you through the third step of the Brain Sweep 3-part system, so that from this day forward, you will be able to relieve all of your negative stress in a healthy and beneficial way. You will learn how to put yourself first on the list and take care of you so that you can better take care of others. In step 3, you'll quickly learn a simple method to activate your brain and end all of your emotional and mental struggles in minutes. Today, together, we will get down the death of the problem instead of the death of you. Any form of resisting, freezing, or seeking punishment will end here today, right now. Now think of your day as a childcare provider, an educator of children, a child development specialist. Whatever it is you do when you work with these children and you deal with these parents, and maybe you're a director of a center and you have lots of staff to keep track of, as well as all the rules and regulations you need to follow. Maybe you're even a mom or a dad and a spouse. You have so many people counting on you, so many expectations, and so many responsibilities on every day. This leads to you being exhausted and depleted and stressed. You're being pulled in every direction. I know. Remember when and how you get stressed throughout your day. Think of your day. Think of how those stressors trigger you. The kind of stress that leads to bad choices, especially the stress that leads to you numbing you with alcohol, drugs, or worse. Or the type of stress that causes you to be mean to your loved ones, and especially the kind that causes you to feel rage and frustration that leads to you harming yourself and others. Or even the stress that leads to you wanting to run away from you and from anyone and everyone. So please watch me and learn the science of neurokinesis. Neurokinesis can be used anytime, anywhere on your body, but it actually works the fastest and quickest when you use it to stimulate your brain to act on your body. There are 2 types you will learn today, using brain sweep on the hands and using brain sweep on your brain, on your head. The first one I'll teach you is using your hands. So you can use it anytime, anywhere, even at work. You can take care of you. No excuses. Okay, first thing, it would be best if you removed any jewelry on your hands or wrists. But if they don't come off, that's okay. And If you can't do that, that's all right. Just try to do that in the future. So get your hands to where you have 2 cups. You're putting your fingers together and your thumbs as well. And it forms these little cups inside your palms. Okay? And both of your hands correspond to your brain. So the right hand corresponds to your left brain, and the left hand responds to the right brain. So using these 2 hands, you're going to communicate or open the communication between your brain and your body. Okay? So now, when you have your hands, your fingers put together like this, and you have a little cup, you always start with the right hand on top of the left hand. And it's going to be much like putting on lotion. Okay, so you're going to be smoothing the lotion on, but I'm going to show you precisely how to get it done. The right hand, right fingertips, all these fingertips correspond to parts of your brain. So you want to make sure your fingertips always maintain contact with your hands, either hand. Okay, so for now we're going to start with the right hand. Place your right hand fingertips over the thumb bone of your left hand. And look like this. And just push your fingertips and your fingers right over the top of your left hand, all the way to the end where your palm ends. That palm is going to slide across to the pinky of your left hand. And then you're going to pull it back over so that your thumb pulls right over your knuckles and your fingers maintain contact together. Even your fingertips are gliding over the tops of your fingers, left hand of your fingers. And you're going to end on your thumbnail and then slide across back to starting position. So let me show you how it looks when you put it all together. Okay? I'm maintaining contact with all of my fingertips on my left hand. Now, when you use this at home, you're going to use this for any situation that comes up that you feel is stressful for you. So think of your day, think of any situations in your daytime that causes you to be stressed, maybe anxious. Maybe you have anxiety about a situation that happened at work. Or maybe you have an appointment coming up with one of your parents and it's going to be a tricky situation. That could bring you some anxiety. Just place that anxiety or that emotion, whatever it is you might be feeling, whether it's rage or anger at someone or something, or sadness, any type of an emotion. Just place that emotion in the palm of your hand, in the cup of the right hand, and go through that motion that I showed you, the brain sweep hand motion. And what you're doing is you're allowing your emotions to be processed by your brain when you rub it in this way. Okay, so you just get done with it. It just clears it out, and you'll find that you immediately come down and you no longer feel that anxiety provoking you. Okay? So with the left hand, we're going to do the same thing. Left hand corresponds to the right brain. So we're going to take turns. After you've done 4 passes on your left hand with your right hand, you're going to switch and do the left hand. So the left hand is very similar to the right hand. You're going to follow the same pattern. Your fingertips of your left hand start on your thumb bone. You push your fingers over the top of your right hand to the end. Slide it across the pinky and pull back over so that your thumb pulls across your knuckles and you end on the thumbnail. And then slide back over to starting, push up and across and back towards you. That's 1 rotation. And you need to do 4 of these. And also I want to mention each part of your hand corresponds to a portion of your brain as well, not only your fingertips, but your hands as well. So when you're putting your fingertips on this right thumb, you're going to push over to the top, and that corresponds to the frontal brain. So the top of your hand, on both hands, is your frontal brain. That's this area here on your forehead. Okay? When you get to the end and you slide across to your pinky, that corresponds to your right hemisphere on each hand. Okay? So right hemisphere on the sides of your hands, your karate chop. Okay? That's called a karate chop point. So just slide that across. And then when you pull back over the tops of your fingers, the tops of your fingers correspond to the crown of your head all the way down your tailbone, to your tailbone. Okay, so the brain stem, down your spine, your neck, your back, lower back, into the tailbone. So that's what the tops of your fingers do. All right, so you're maintaining contact with those points. And then once you get to the thumbnail and across, that is your left brain, your left hemisphere. Okay, so you're accessing all 4 parts of your brain by using your hands. All right, so now that I've shown you how to use the hands to do brain sweep, I want you to make sure that you use this whenever the time arises during the day that you feel stressed, when you feel sad, when you feel any kind of emotion that stops you from being you and being who you are, and stops you from doing the work that you're so proud of doing, okay? So use this hand technique anytime during the day. I also want to mention you're going to do 4 rotations on each hand. And if you feel you need to do it again for the same emotion, keep doing it again, 4 and 4. And now I'm going to show you the brain sweep on the head, okay? So you're going to use 4 parts of the brain, the frontal lobe, the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere, and the crown down to the tailbone, okay? And the way we do that is by maintaining this cupped feature, and just place your hand, hover it over your forehead. See what that feels like, and just maybe pull it a little bit, push it in, and see if you can feel anything there. You might be able to feel heat, or you might feel cool. Whatever it is, that's fine. So you're going to make a circle from your right temple up above your hairline, down to the left temple, and across. So you're making just tiny little circles like this. Okay? And you would do 4 of them. Then with the same right hand, we're going to go on the right hemisphere, and you're doing some small circles from the front of your head to the back of your head in a circular pattern. And again, you would do 4 of these. And after you've done the 4 on the right, you move to the left with your right hand. And again, from the front to the back, I'm just making little circles. And when you're done that, you take your same hand and you put it up on top of the crown, right on the top of your head. Not the front, not the back, but the top. And you're just going to make small circles from the right hemisphere to the left hemisphere, and down the back and front. You're just making small circles. So you're going right, front, left, back. Some might call this counterclockwise, if you think of your head as a clock. Okay? And when you do those, you're going to do 4. And on the 4th one, after the 4th rotation, you Bring your hand down the back of your head to your neck and just release as you imagine it going down your tailbone, down your spine to your tailbone. Okay? Left hand, same thing. We're going to start here on the forehead, and you're going to move from the right temple to the left in a circular pattern 4 times. Then you move to the right hemisphere, and you do your pattern 4 times from the front to the back. And then after 4 times, you move to the left hemisphere, again from the front to the back in a circular pattern. And then after that, you move to the crown. And this time, you're going to go from the left hemisphere to the front to the right hemisphere and back. So you're going the opposite way. You're going clockwise this time, imagining your head as a clock. So 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. You're just circular pattern again. And on the 4th circle, you're going to bring that right down your neck and releasing it to let it go. And it's going to go down your spine to the tailbone. Okay. So we're going to practice this some more. And I'm going to say some statements to you while you're doing that. And we're going to do them together. And this will help you release some emotions or negative thoughts that you might be having, okay? So if you want to close your eyes, you can. If you want to watch me, you can do that as well. But just remain focused and try to not have any distractions, okay? All right. So with your right hand, your right cupped hand, keeping your thumb connected to your finger, put it above your forehead, right? Hover over your forehead. And make a circle from the right to the left and back again. So the first circle is any thoughts you have of harming yourself. Any thoughts you have of hurting yourself. Any thoughts of shame. Any thoughts of blaming yourself. Okay, so that was 4. 4 statements, 4 circles. We're going to do the same now on the right hemisphere. Any thoughts of hurting yourself. Any thoughts of harming yourself. Thoughts of shame. And thoughts of blaming yourself. Now the left hemisphere. Any thoughts of hurting yourself. Any thoughts of harming yourself. Thoughts of shame. And thoughts of blame. Okay, now the crown. With your right hand still. And you're going to go in a counterclockwise pattern. So from the right to the left and back again. Any thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. Going down the neck to the spine. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the left hand. Over the forehead, that's always the first place you want to start. And you're going to go from the right to the left. Any thoughts of harming yourself? Any thoughts of hurting yourself? Thoughts of shame? Thoughts of blaming yourself? Okay, right hemisphere. Thoughts of harming yourself? Thoughts of hurting yourself? Thoughts of shame? Thoughts of blaming yourself? Left hemisphere. Thoughts of harming yourself? Thoughts of hurting yourself? Thoughts of shame? And thoughts of blaming yourself. Now the crown. We're going to go clockwise on the crown. So from the left to the right. Thoughts of harming yourself. Thoughts of hurting yourself. Thoughts of shame. and thoughts of blaming yourself. Down your neck and release. Okay, now we're going to keep going. Your right hand again over your forehead. And you're going to do 4 circles. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Right hemisphere. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Left hemisphere. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Now the crown. Thoughts, we're going from the right to the left. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Left hand. Forehead. Thoughts of, and we're going from, again, from the right to the left. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Right hemisphere. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Left hemisphere. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Now the crown. And here you're going clockwise. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Next one. Right hand, forehead, from the right to the left. Any form of self-punishment. Any form of justification of self-punishment. Any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation. Any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. That was 4. Now we're going to the right. Any form of self-punishment. Any form of justification of self-punishment. Any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation. Any and all forms of deception, addiction, and defiance. Left side. Any form of self-punishment. Any form of justification of self-punishment. Any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation. Any and all forms of deception, addiction, and defiance. Crown. Counterclockwise. Any form of self-punishment. Any form of justification of self-punishment. Any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation. Any and all forms of deception, addiction, and defiance. Release. Left hand. Forehead. From the right to the left. Any form of self-punishment. Any form of justification of self-punishment. Any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation. Any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Right side. Oops, I'm sorry. Yes, right side. Any form of self-punishment. any justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, and defiance. Left side. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Crown. We're going clockwise. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Release. Great. Okay, now this one is one statement. We're doing it 4 times. Forehead, from the right to the left. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Right side. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Left side. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Cram. We're going counterclockwise with the right hand. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Release. Left hand. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Right side. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Left hemisphere. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Crown. Clockwise. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Release. Okay. Right hand again on the forehead. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. And ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right side. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment, and ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose someone or something that means everything to you. Left hemisphere. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment, and ending any contract that contains any sense of obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Crown. Counterclockwise. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment, and ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Release. Left hand. Forehead. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with self that includes punishment. And ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose someone or something that means everything to you. Right hemisphere. Excuse me. And any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. And ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Left hemisphere, excuse me. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. And ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Crown. We're going clockwise. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. And ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Release. Excuse me, I need to take a drink of water. Okay. Next, right hand, forehead. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. New contract is, you are committing to prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you, today, now, always, and forever. Right hemisphere. We're going to do our circles a little bit slower because these statements are longer, okay? Excuse me, and my throat is a little dry from talking so much. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. New contract is, you are committing to proving to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you, today, now, always, and forever. Left hemisphere. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. New contract is you are committing to proving to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you. Today, now, always, and forever. Crown. New contract with the self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you are committing to prove to yourself, every single person that cares about you, that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to do what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well, for your sake and for those that love and care about you today, now, always, and forever. Left hand, forehead. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you are committing to prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you today, now, always, and forever. Right hemisphere with your left hand. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you are committing to prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you today, now, always, and forever. Left hemisphere. The new contract with yourself for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you are committing to prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you today, now, always, and forever. Excuse me. Left hand, crown. We're going clockwise. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you are committing to prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, and you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you today, now, always, and forever. Really. Thank you for listening and participating. I have a team of trained professionals who can help you going forward from this moment on. I invite you to contact me via email at kchealthforme@gmail.com, and you can visit my website, holistichealthforme.com.